event chart. This is something we'll go over more in depth in the first weekend. It's essentially, this is what happens to us in life. We have an event. Creates a memory. We attach an emotion to that memory. Make a decision about ourselves. That decision programs us or becomes a belief about who we are. From those beliefs we get results. Now we go over this the first weekend, but what we really focus on is right here. What was that decision you made about you? Whatever event happened to you when you were a child or when you were older, whatever happened to you that you started making this decision about yourself. If it was a decision about being not capable of being prosperous, not capable of making money, not capable of being in a loving, committed relationship, whatever it was for people, we really just focus on it. What was that decision you made? Because we all make these decisions about ourselves, and they become our truth. But is it really the truth, or is it just something that we make up, we start using to keep us safe? Start using it to stop taking chances, to stop taking risks. It kind of goes into this wholeness chart. How do I draw this? Okay. This essentially, if you went and had an EKG done, kind of looks like your lifeline. We call this a wholeness chart. It's pretty basic. Up here we'll have, that says happy for any of you that don't know. And that says 18. So basically this is like, when we go back to being a little kid. We go back to even when you were born. When you were born, you experienced all of these things. You were happy, really happy. Then what happened when you were hungry? If you were hungry, you might cry, so somebody would feed you. You'd experience joy, you'd experience pain. If you wanted somebody to pick you up, you cried till they picked you up. You experienced all of these emotions. And then somewhere, once again, just like when we start getting nice and phony and putting that armor on, we start putting our own judgment on this. We put our judgment on this that all of a sudden, happy is good, sad is bad. Joy is good. Pain is bad. Love is good. Hate bad. I'm working on my voices here. Definitely. So what do? I know for myself, I used to use a lot of drugs and alcohol to numb myself out. So I didn't want to feel this, I didn't want to feel this, I didn't want to feel this, because this was bad. So then all of a sudden my life started looking a little bit like this. Some people use food. People use a lot of different things. They don't want to experience this, but by not experiencing this, we don't experience this fully. Because there is no happy without sad. There's no joy without pain. There's no love without hate. It's wholeness. That's what life is. As a small child, you experience all of those. I remember being a little kid and getting into a fight with one of my best friends around breakfast time. By lunchtime, we were playing with our Star Wars figures, best friends. But how many times today can you pass somebody and they'll say something to you and it'll make you mad and it'll ruin your whole day? You'll be so pissed, you'll be angry, your meetings go poorly, you're just so concentrated on that. And you find out the guy or the person that said it didn't have any intention behind it of meaning you to feel that way. It's just what you took from that conversation. And you let it hurt your whole day. But we do that when you're a little kid. You can go through all of this in an hour. And now we just start flatlining it because we put this judgment on it. And what we work on that first weekend is, where do we get these decisions from? When do we start numbing ourselves out to life? When did we stop embracing this wholeness? It's a big chunk of stuff for the first weekend. And that leads us to go to the second weekend. You have a month after that class. It takes us into the second weekend, which is our breakthrough weekend. The breakthrough weekend is where we really start focusing on, how do I get grounded in Pono? How do I become grounded? How do I stay in alignment more often? How do I stay, like Nadine was standing here and Diane was pushing her, How do I stand in my life, feel that wholeness, and not let my emotions bowl me over? Not let life bowl me over. Where I can be happy, and I can be sad, and I can feel love, and I can feel hate, and joy, and pain, and still stay grounded. Still know, without a doubt, who I am. And operate from that place. So we go down into our subconscious now. We start talking about how do we get grounded in Pono. We start talking about things like us assigning significance to things. Like this person that said something to you this morning and pissed you off and ruined your whole day. How much significance did I assign to that? They didn't mean anything. But we do that all the time. We assign significance to the way people give us looks. I live in Waikiki. I can walk down the street to ABC and look in someone's eyes, and they'll assign a tremendous amount of significance to that look in their eyes. I can be challenging them. I can just be saying hello. People assign significance to everything. We do it. I do it in my life. I'm in a relationship with Diane for 10 years. There's a lot of things that have happened that one of us assigns significance to. We do that as human beings. So we start focusing on how do we change these beliefs and these programs at the subconscious level. How do we break through? Because you can't really start attacking these, start changing them until you have the awareness. Once you're aware of what my programs are, what my beliefs are, what these limiting beliefs are, where do they come from, then you can start going after changing them. And that's what we do in the second weekend. We start creating new beliefs. We really focus on, how many of you here have heard of Be, Do, Have? You could go, we could walk into Barnes & Noble right now, we'll find 100 books that are going to mention Be, Do, Have. All the educational classes talk about Be, Do, Have. And what I found, I'm thinking about myself, my Uncovery Press, my publishing company. Mary Love's son designed my logo. Be, Do, Have. That's what it's all about. And so we hear about this in other educational seminars, we read about it, and we think, yeah, that's great. Be, Do, Have. Here's where we're manifesting everything. We're manifesting from this super conscious place. But that's not the way it works. I think what's been missed in this is Be starts here. Our beingness starts at our superconscious level. This is who we are when we're born. This is our essence of who we are. This is where everything starts, beingness. This is do, and this is have. Our subconscious is what manifests the beliefs that we have. It's our subconscious. That's what creates those things.